Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy D Wayne bringing you yet another YouTube video at this time. So basically what we're going to be discussing today is we got new vendread cards coming out that have been finally revealed. Their effects have been revealed, no pictures as of yet. But before I go into that, I'm sure you guys have been wondering what I've been up to for these past few weeks. Well, as you guys can see, I got this arm brace on, so basically I've been injured for the past few weeks. I messed around and got my shoulder dislocated while on my way to work. So you guys can only imagine the pain that I've been having to endure with this arm being like this. So basically I've been out of work for a while and just been healing for the past few weeks. So that's for just in case you guys have been wondering what's been going on with me for the past few weeks. Alright, so with all of that being said, let's get into this discussion. So we have 4 new vendread cards. We have 1 ritual monster, 1 quick play spell, 1 regular main deck monster, and we have 1 trap as well. So first let's talk about the new ritual monster. Now the name is Ritual Battle Lord. It is a level 7 zombie dark ritual monster with 2700 attack, 0 defense of course. So its first effect reads, you can ritual summon this card with any vendread ritual spell. You can banish 1 vendread card from your graveyard and declare 1 type of card, monster, spell, or trap. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects of that type. Second effect reads, if this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 ritual monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, send 1 vendread monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of vendread battle lord once per turn. So the second card is Vendread Core. Now this is a level 1 zombie with 0 attack and 500 defense. Its effect reads, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 other zombie type monster from your graveyard to special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And the effect it gives to vendread monsters, or vendread ritual monsters, when it's on the field for summon, of course, you can vendread monster ritual summon using this card in the field gains the following effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Alright, so next card is Vendread Charge. This is a quick play spell. Send 1 zombie monster from your hand or face upon your field to the graveyard to special summon 1 vendread monster from your deck. Then only you activate 1 vendread charge per turn. And the last card revealed is the Vendread Revolution. This is the trap card. So discard 1 card, then target 1 vendread monster and 1 ritual spell in your graveyard. Special summon that monster in defense position, and if you do, add the ritual spell card to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 5 of your banished zombie monsters, shuffle them into the deck, and draw 1 card. You can only use each effect of Vendread Revolution per turn. So yeah, so in all fashion, as I do my all cards, I'm going to go ahead and just dissect these effects and give my thoughts on them. So firstly, the ritual was amazing. Love it. That's just first and foremost. But let's dissect his effects. Alright, being able to ritual summon it with any ritual spell, of course. Alright, so the important effect is you can banish 1 vendread card from your graveyard to declare 1 type, monster, spell, and trap, and for the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects of that type. So obviously this is comparable to Shockmaster and all that other good stuff. But it's one-sided, which means we can activate stuff, but your opponent can't activate nothing of the declared type that I specify. So I think that's really solid. Even if it's not a quick effect, I wish it would have been a quick effect. It would have been so amazing if they would have did that. But it's not a quick effect, which bounces out the card, which is really good. It's fine. I can handle it not being quick play, although I wish it was. Alright, just obviously banishing zombies, Shirinuis, and stuff like that, whatever you need to banish to set up for other plays and whatnot. So, alright, its second effect is, if this ritual summoning card is sent to the graveyard, darn it, should have just been that this card was sent to the grave, no matter how the means, but, you know, ritual summoning card is fine. You can add 1 ritual monster from your deck to your hand. as opposed to Vendread Slayer, which adds the ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, and then send one Vendread monster from your deck to the graveyard. So obviously you can combo this off with Sturgis, Houndhorde, and Vendread Core to set off their effects to special summon during the turn or your next turn or whatever the situation may be, which, you know, it's pretty solid. Being able to add the ritual spell, you already have pre-prep at 3, so I don't think it's okay. I guess it can be the 3 to 6 of pre-prep rights, because obviously you guys know pre-prep as a ritual spell and a ritual monster. That lists the ritual spell in its name and so on and so forth. So this will just get you the ritual spell outright, and then send a Vendread monster, obviously Houndhorde, Sturgis, Core. Or if you have a Mizuki in your graveyard, you can send Revenants to special summon the Revenants on your following turn. So yeah, thoughts this card is really good. Definitely a 3-of. No reason to run anything less than 3-of for this card. Alright, so that is that. Next card, Vendread Core. So if this card is in your graveyard, banish one zombie from your graveyard to special summon this card. So instead of the Houndhorde, it runs opposite to the Houndhorde's effect, which discards from your hand to the graveyard to special summon it from the graveyard. This one banishes other zombies to special summon itself, which is really good as well. So you can banish other Vendreads to set up the super situational trap, Vendread Origin, or Vendread Reorigin. I don't know, the wordplay there. You guys already know the trap card that target your banishes, special summon it, and then you get the ritual summon during your opponent's turn and stuff. So yeah, so I believe that's the purpose of now we're getting more banishing so that we're able to set up that card a little bit better. So yeah, so it banishes that, special summons itself, which is really good. And the effect that it gives to the ritual monster is your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. So once again, is one-sided, which means you can target your own cards if you feel it necessary. So yeah, I think that's pretty solid as well. So. Alright, next card, Vendread Charge. It's a quick play spell card. Send one zombie monster from your hand or face up on your field to the graveyard, special summon one Vendread monster from your deck. So this is a relatively simple card. I like it. So you can obviously, once again, Core, Houndhorde, Sturgis. You can effectively get 2 monsters on the field with one activation of this card. And then obviously you got the field spell, which essentially does the same thing, get you your search and stuff, and you can, you know, they synergize with one another. The field spell and this, they work really well together. It's really good stuff. Definitely a 3-of this as well. So your last card that was revealed is Vendread Revolution. Now you can discard one card to target one Vendread monster and ritual spell card in your graveyard, special summon that monster in defense position, and if you do, add that ritual spell card to your hand. So this is effectively a preparation of rights, but a themed one for Vendread specifically, which is really good. But obviously Vendread preparation of rights, it's sort of better because it's a spell. Obviously you can activate it flat out, but it obviously requires some setup, of course, as with the trap as well. But the trap, you actually have to set it, wait a turn and stuff. Preparation rights, you can just activate it flat out. Hence the main difference between the two. But this allows you to discard, which sets up your graveyard for even more stuff, which I think is really solid as well. So you can definitely run 1, maybe 2 of this, because it has some practical implications in your hand. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. And the second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 5 of your banished zombie monsters. Now that's important, because it didn't say just Vendread, it says zombie monsters. So obviously if you run this, obviously with the Shimonui engine, of course, they banish, well, you know, you banish them, get effects and whatnot. And then you have your Vendread effects, which, you know, the field spell banishes when the monster attacks, and you know, the Core banishes the special summon itself, so you can effectively set it up really nice. So, and you know, finishing off, you can draw 1 card by shuffling your banished zombie monsters into the deck to draw 1 card. So effectively a jar of avarice. Except, obviously it's banished to draw. Jar of avarice does graveyard to deck and draw one card. So yeah, you have your distinctions in there. So yeah, overall thoughts on the support in general. I like it. I can definitely see this. This will definitely be something I'm playing. You guys are going to get another deck profile of this, of course. I know you guys will be waiting for that. Sneak peek is about a week away, and I believe the set release is sometime in early February. So yeah, I'll definitely have a deck profile for you guys within that time. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion, and I will leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime. But until then, peace, YouTube.